Okay, we have the Asteroid Belt, Asteroid Belt Tournament 2018, week 3. We are on Mars with Blues from the Bull Market Belters, Rhahi from the Asteroid Alpacas, Cat from the Cosmic Circus, and we have El Capitan from the Disco Donkeys. I am Trat, and joining me for the cast today is AG.
Hello. You can just call me Silver.
Silver.
Waters is very scarce and remote, but there is a lot of ice on the right, but you would have to do a lot of shipping considering on the ice there's a good amount of geothermals, but besides that it's just silicon. There is no scientist, but there are elites. And where there are elites, there's a way.
Definitely.
Another chemical colony.
I wonder if we'll see a nomad from Cat.
I do like this find by robot though.
Yeah, this is what I thought Cat would do. So even though electronics started high, so does aluminum, and if she can manage to sell enough, she should be able to buy her
We'd also
electronics.
Started high.
Somebody...
I want to see who's going to... Actually, El Capitan's in a good position to be the first into the food market.
I want to point out that somebody actually sold down aluminum. This is very, very worrying for Kat. She has 10 of the needed 20 electronics. If she can't get it by selling silicon and aluminum now, she will be pretty dead in the water. But let's look at the other rounds. We have Blues as the elite. Of course, it's an elite. He goes for silicon and ice found and starts
by farms.
Starts with farms. Very interesting. If Rhahi is expensive, is first to HQ2. She founded near aluminum. Oh, I think this is what hurt Cat. Rhahi crushed aluminum and sold it. She also has remote iron. Somewhat distant ice.
Oh no! What's gonna happen? Elites use steel, right? Let me look.
And Cat did secure 20 electronics, so she will not be dead in the water this game. And in fact, Blues is the last.
It's because even though food market's good, I'm afraid in the long term he's going to be hemorrhaging himself because who's making steel? Only it's the expansive and the robot, but it's only 2 mil, so they're just going to be using it to upgrade. They're not going to be selling it down. At least I don't see that happening yet.
Yeah, Blues will have real issues with steel. We'll see what they will do about it.
This has happened in one of my practice games. You know, you count on other players to subsidize your steel and you go into food, but in this situation, it might just hit. It just might slow him down.
What I like about both Nomad and Elites here is that they have a natural resource of silicon, and glass is a really strong market. We see Cat moving into glass skins ready, and so does Rhahi. And there's a fair amount of consumption from the colony, and it started double. Oh, Rhahi hits Cat silicon with an EMP. This is a very strong anti-Nomad play. And even more so because Cat is using the silicon to produce glass.
All right, there we go. The geothermal plant online, power at 80, but he's going to be making a surplus of 1. Well, probably 0.7 after that other steel mill comes up.
I think people saw that Blues were in farms and everyone else has ignored it. And
Blues
is actually making a killing on food right now.
I don't see oh, that goon squad timing. El Capitan is not going to make power money, obviously, at the moment. I don't see them going too deep into power. It's just to cover all the steel mills.
So this is something players do sometimes to spam the B button to get the to get the price up. I don't think Rhahi spammed it 1 or 2 times more than she intended to. She gets a claim for 46k and drops a comment in chat that maybe it wasn't her intention. But Rhahi is also now heading into a geoplant that she was adjacent to, and also going into farms. I really like the farms here.
I like it's just the problem is they paid a lot for that claim. Yeah. So Rhahi and El Capitan are... El Capitan is at 36k though, and it's got... I'm gonna look at... I think Cat might be in a decent position to go into power.
Yeah. There's still plenty of geos left. She did get hit on her silicon, and to like help with that, she went into 4th core now to catch up on the silicon.
Yep. Okay, she decided to go in the water instead.
Blues going into base adjacent wind turbine. So we see that both Blues, Rhahi, and El Capitan would really want a superconductor patent. They're all producing base adjacent power right now. Well, Capitan is one away from base adjacent, but it counts.
Yeah, too bad his geotherm didn't outpace the tick. Rhahi, that claim just set her down 30k, so I think Blues is in the best position to make money, and he's going to make some power money.
What's good about the Blues start, he had solar condensers, they don't use power. Cores, they use 0.1, farms use 0.1. So he never actually bought power, so it never accrued much debt. And that means it's really quick to make power money here. Of course, that makes him a target. Cat sees, oh no, this elite is making power money, I need to hit him. But there's downsides too. And it's a very nice hit actually. Wow, look at the price of water. Oh, it's Cat. She's manipulating it. She has a stockpile of 300.
Yeah, and now we're seeing Blues's... oh, there we go. He's going to make steel mills. Iron is pretty cheap. He bought at 80, but this is the problem with starting with food. He's finally going to steel, though, and he bought up 100.
Blues also has an iron mine. He did claim one way across the map. He realized that Rhahi was ignoring steel too, and there was not enough steel on this map. Rhahi is now going into steel.
And the robot wasn't making necessarily a surplus of steel to sell to everyone else. He's just focusing on upgrades.
Oh, because Cat has the seed, I think. Look at this. She was holding this water for so long, and I was questioning it. But now we have a natural shortage. And if you had a seed, you know about this in advance, and she will now have her stockpile appreciated.
This is what seeds do. I thought Cat was in the best position to go into power, and they decided to go into 2 pumps. I'm like, all right.
Cat's not in a great position though. She's still only HQ3. She has a lot of debt, and she did not get all of this. Like Rhahi was selling water, Blues was selling water.
I like this. Pirates are being used finally. I want to see who bought that pirate.
It was Rhahi, but it's a bit too late. The shortage is over, and Cat is sold out and upgraded. And Blues joins her, so we have a Nomad and Elite upgrading at the same pace, which I would say favors the Elite.
They had a lot of practice on this seed.
Yeah, it shows. Anyway, I like Blues here. Cat, however, is the first to go into advanced buildings. She's going for 1 pressure dome and a patent lab.
Hologram patent lab.
Oh yeah, that's very nice.
I think, let me look. Cat, I can see going into, let's see.
The black market is online.
If food does crash, food could be a good launch. Food's price rolls 450, which is kind of on a little on the high side, not extremely high, above average.
The patent lab is
but let's see.
So if that's what she's thinking, and she's probably going for thinking machines here.
Roaming would also be nice for Cat.
I kind of like teleportation, just because people
it counters
want
the pirates. Yeah.
I mean, Rhahi is shipping a long distance, both the water and, well, the water is a medium distance, but very high for the silicon, and Blues is shipping really far for the iron.
Cat still hasn't decided. They have 58 chemicals. There's a lot. There's teleportation. Oh, carbon scrubbing. Okay, she went for the patent I brought up. I'm not surprised.
So I guess it's good because it's a chem colony. And actually, it's definitely time to build chems. Rhahi is currently the only one doing it, making really solid profits. And after a few optimizations, this will be even better.
Cat has a medium carbon. Rhahi has a high, and there's no other good carbon now. I guess you could, with carbon scrubbing being researched, I guess you could go slant drilling.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think in this configuration, Cat should have gone slant drilling instead. It would have been better than carbon scrubbing, because she really needs more silicon too. Or, well, I guess she has enough now, but she had to commit a lot of quarries to get this much silicon. Anyway, there's another claim auction. All the claim auctions have been
water situation too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have just helped her overall.
Agreed.
Let's see what Rhahi is going into. Superconductor. That makes.
I love it.
A lot of sense. Alcat Khan's just going to miss out on these patents. Alcat Khan could have really... He probably really wanted carbon scrubbing. And I think with the patent labs being researched, I think Rhahi and Cat are going to pull ahead. Alcat Khan would have really been wanting one of those patents, but he's going to fall behind.
Yeah, and Blues wants it too. Well, he did scrap his wind turbines. Anyway, power is rising, so this is like the last game. You said that Cat has impeccable timing, but this is a really nice timing for Rhahi too. Her geoplant now making 500 a second, and it's a really nice tile.
Alcat Khan would probably go for geothermal bolt hole because he's going to lose out on all the other patents he probably is interested in.
Yeah, right now we can't afford any patent, but yeah, I would probably like borehole as El Capitan here. We'll see what he goes for. But he's buying Stocking Cat, but that's very optimistic. She can defend herself.
Actually, I think Alcat Khan can go into thingy machines. I like his base building, and if you look at launches, I was right. As food is starting to go down, the food price went up. It started at 450, it's at 510. So Alcat Khan has another option in thinking machines, but chemicals are like way too bloody expensive.
Definitely. Cat not producing power. She was in D-det, and there was a det tech. She's now in D+2 and is very cheap.
Not to mention now Cat and Rhahi are the only ones who could subsidize their carbon in the chemical market. Alcat Khan's left in the dust with no carbon claims, and he didn't get any patents to help him with carbon, not even slant drilling. Slant drilling would have helped Alcat Khan a lot, actually. He could have stole some carbon.
Rhahi has 140k. Nobody to buy. I really want to see her upgrade here. I'm not sure she realizes how rich she is. Or maybe all her riches are in queued patents. And yeah, chems are crazy. Rhahi was making a lot of money and finally got hit with a EMP. I think someone into Blues chems for EMP too. Like whoever makes a lot of chems now is in a really strong position.
I actually think Cat could try going into an off-worlds. They're in the best position. Their off-worlds is 60k. While we see, like, for example, Alcat Khan's off-world is 60, but that's only because Alcat Khan's buying electronics to upgrade. But once he buys electronics to upgrade, we're going to see electronics go up again.
Cat definitely has the easiest way into a off-world, and she has a hologram ready, and she has the thinking machines now.
Oh, yep. There we go, thinking machines on Cat. We're going to see an off-worlds, and she has, as mentioned, the easiest one, considering electronics, considering the price of all the other building material, like steel. It's a whopping 150.
Oh, Blues does a very nice play. So he mutinies, like the last game, actually. Last game, there was mutiny on the optimization center, cutting off the base. Now, what's cut off is the solar panels, which means they are no longer connected to Rhahi's HQ, which means they no longer get the superconductor. Exactly. It's like, he gets extra efficiency out of his black market. I really like that.
I think because Blues and Alcat Khan are basically out of the chemical market, they could try to... Rhahi's very vulnerable to being pirated. Just mutiny her geotherm and you can steal all those chemicals. All of them. Well, not all of them, but a very large amount.
Chemicals?
In fact, no one's gone for teleportation.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't blame them. Pirates are not being utilized enough. But there are definitely openings for pirates. And Cat went into an off-worlds.
Yeah, she took another death tick now, though, and El Capitan wants some of this cheap stock. El Capitan is not in a great position to make money, though, I think. He did not get any of the good patterns, no optimizations, it's only HQ4.
Alcat Khan's in a good spot stock market-wise, but I think he's in a position to lose.
Yeah, exactly. You need more income behind this push.
He needed more income. He needed the patents that were stolen from him. He didn't get geothermal borehole when power was in a good position. He didn't get slant drilling. Like slant drilling, I mean, slant drilling is kind of like a patch fix. The problem is that chemicals are too high, and he couldn't get into that market effectively with the carbon being at 100 now. So I think Rhahi is in a pretty good position.
Agreed. She benefited a lot by the fact that Blues actually was really late into a Pleasure Dome.
Rhahi
Lai
went
got
into
the virtual
another
reality
quarry.
and made a lot of entertainment revenue.
Yeah. Rhahi spotted Carbon's gonna be another good carbon game, so she has 2 quarries now adjacent.
So who claimed Slant? Oh, nobody has Slant yet. Wow. Anyway, Cat's launching Oxygen right now at 37k a launch. It's a decent profit, and it will only get better as the game goes on. If she can somehow stabilize here, she could do fine, but as it looks like now, Lai has 70% on the buy, and she might be looking to finish it. She doesn't know about the off-world market, but like I think she will want to win against Cat here.
Cat is optimizing power and water. I would have optimized Oxygen, considering they're launching it, because then they're just going to make it unprofitable. They're only making a surplus of 0.47, but to get 100 on time, I think you need roughly about 1.7.
That sounds about
so
right.
I would have optimized Oxygen, honestly, or food.
Yeah,
but I can see why.
I like food personally, because food is also a good launch once the price drops.
Yeah, I think Cat's going for the wrong optimizations. I'm gonna look at Rhahi's now.
So,
oh, what a surprise! Rhahi went into good optimizations. 3 chemicals, queuing up 2 glass, so she can finally get an off-worlds maybe, or just make glass money. 2 in the fuel and 1 in the food. So I think they're signing up for an off-worlds, but they're also making just good pocket change.
Lai is set up to run away with this game, but everybody has been hitting her chem refineries with black market. Like, remember when Blues was in the lead, he bought a lot of EMPs, so the price rose. But I think EMPs has been a bit too cheap for the other players here, and Lai has been getting punished by them a lot.
With Rhahi being punished, Cat managed to pay off all her debt, and now her stock recovered from a mediocre, well, not even mediocre, just abysmal, like under $14 a share. Now she has the highest share price because everyone's buying into her.
Yeah.
Like, everyone just ignored Cat again.
I mean, I think they were correct to attack Lai. She was in a clearly the strongest position. However, this really is good for Blues. He gets his chance to catch up, and he's getting his second perfect optimization right now.
In hindsight, I didn't agree with Cat's power optimization, but with the power price going up to 120, and she had 5 solar panels, she just paid off most of her debt.
We see some strange, I guess.
In that
sock place, both Cat and El Capitan buys 1 sock in Blues. I'm not sure what that's about. And Lai gets hit again. This time though, EMPs cost 50k. That might have been the last one we'll see for a while. 50k is a lot to pay. But they're very good EMPs. Like, all Lai's tiles are very efficient because of optimizations and superconductor. So these
Thanks
EMPs
to
have been doing work.
Rhahi's optimizations, she is in a position to plot down an off-worlds now. But it's a very expensive off-worlds. Yeah. But no one else is in a position to. I think
she might want to win this auction. I'm not sure what I would do as Lai.
I hope Blues wins the auction. Come on, Blues, win it. You know you want the hacker, right?
I think that if you win this hacker array, you might want to place an off-world right there. Actually, she never got Geo Borehole, but it's still 2 warehouses. I'm surprised you didn't get Geo Borehole. And neither did El Capitan.
El Capitan got financial instruments. I want to see how much money he made off of it.
Anyways, we
Probably
see...
not.
How much did you make?
Nice. 31k.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
But that's from patents.
We see that Cat did win the auction and immediately returned it. She's not interested in hacking with a hacker array that everyone knows is a hacker array. Because spies are only 4.5k, people would know what she's hacking. I like that choice. And Lai has 100% on Cat if she wants it. She does want it.
I agree. Cat is probably one of the best subs. El Capitan's weak. He didn't get in a good position. Blues, I mean, it's not that Blues is in an awful position, but he's just that third. He's just that third, wheel. He's the third wheel. It was Rhahi's and Cat's game.
Yeah, kind of. He has not made as much money as I would have expected.
Al Captain.
I'm surprised how few chem refiners is in, considering it's his first perfect one. And then he went to do steel. I don't think he's made steel since he perfected it. And right now he's going for glass, but it's also not in glass. Like, I'm not sure what Lewis is going for here. Oh, he's making glass now. This will be really nice profits.
Oh my god, all those Qs. El Captain,
450 each.
Guess how many optimizations El Captain has at Sol 8?
I don't need to guess.
4.
Yeah, El Capitan is really
technically
late.
3 and 1 queued up.
And wait, El Capitan is not supplying his electronics factories.
Well, you know why? He has no carbon. He has no access to carbon. We talked about this. He's in a really bad spot because he just couldn't get any patents that would help him at all.
The problem is he needs to go into his options and enable the auto supply, because just buying carbon and selling electronics would have made him $200 a second per factory, and it's just a settings thing.
He didn't even go geothermal borehole or slant drilling yet, which I think would have helped him. But if you look at Rhahi, they kind of countered the slant drilling, like just because of those 2 adjacent carbon quarries.
Yeah, it's nice.
El Capitan only would have had one way to get a slant drilling adjacency, but it's all closed up now.
Yeah, it's a very tight crater.
The best markets right now need basically carbon.
Yeah,
but he has none.
Carbon isn't too expensive though. I think it's fine.
Blues at least grabbed the carbon, but he didn't get slant drilling. I can see why he wouldn't, because the high was already you only had 2 tiles to get a high from the slant drilling, and Rhahi already closed one up because she wanted more carbon surplus, but it just has that side effect of, well, I'm just going to close off, that possible comeback with slant drilling.
Yeah. Blues wins a patent lab auction. He's buying stock in El Capitan, but Rhahi could buy whoever she wants. I would recommend Blues here. He is making some really solid money with his perfect steel and perfect glass. Actually, glass isn't even perfect yet. It's about to be. I don't think anyone can stop Rhahi at this point. She has so much money.
Nope.
Yeah, she should buy stock in both of them. I like this.
The problem with going perfect is that when it comes to perfect, it takes, if I'm correct, 280 seconds to get perfect. But if you just get 2 pips, that's just 100. So you're more than doubling the amount of time and chemical investment.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just me, but I already just go 2 pips and get triangles, because even if we look at Blues, well, Blues has a lot of triangles, but thing is, he went perfect in the chemicals, right? Now, if you do the math, 2 pips and a triangle of chemicals makes more chemicals than a perfect in 2 tiles. Believe it or not. You can use a calculator right now. I like his triangles, but he just went perfect in the chemicals, and look where he ends up. He only has 2 tiles. You're better off just you're mathematically you just produce more if you get 2 pips in optimizations and just go triangle. You make more than going perfect with only 2 tiles.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how the market looks, and of
guess
course,
that's true.
Blues wants extra claims from perfecting too. But there are, people don't really agree on optimization strategies. You can tell by how different people's optimizations are every game. And there's definitely efficiency to begin there. But yeah, Rhahi cleans it up.
Go.
Alpacas! Awesome. Wow, what a game. I mean, what an end of the tournament for the Alpacas. It looked like the Cosmic Circus were running away with it. But now the Alpacas tied it up. So it's 4 points for the Alpacas, or 4 wins. 4 for the Circus and 2 each for the Belters and the Donkeys.
What did we learn today? Seeds don't help that much.
Yeah, we knew that Cat had a seed and she got bought out first. I guess the game changes enough, but
technically Cat was in the best position besides Rhahi. El Capitan just couldn't do anything. He was just, his late game plan was just blocked out, and he couldn't go into an off-worlds at all.
But anyway, stick around. There is a captain's game after this. I think Blues also had the yeah probably means he has the C2. So
And we see that the Blues plan didn't help him too much because the robot and the expansive weren't making surplus steel to sell. And
yeah,
in fact, Rhahi went out of steel. You could say a little early. So if they really, I mean, they didn't have to because Blues was technically behind, but they could have just bought steel and just keep them out of steel.
yeah, there were a lot of like things to keep in mind this game. I think
But
actually
pirates
two
were used
people.
more.
Yeah, pirates were used. People having the two people having the seed might actually be disruptive. Because they both knew about the water shortage and they both play around it, and so they cut into each other's profits. I think like the perfect way to take advantage of a seed is to be the only one to have a seed. We've seen this more
Do you think
than once now.
Blues would have been better off just finding expansive?
No, I like elites. Because he can fix all his issues with just teleportation, right? And slant drilling would help with carbon stuff. I like elite. You have more options as an elite. But it wasn't enough this game, unfortunately. For him, but Lai takes the game. Strong, expansive play. Everyone attacked her. She still made it through. And congratulations to Lai.